Hello, everybody. Wonderful to see you here. For new people, wonderful to have you join for the first time. So be aware everybody can ask questions. So if you want to join in and ask a question, put it in the live chat. If you're watching the replay, you can go to susievalentine.com and submit a question for the next psychic readings. Today we're going to, and for the people who are here back again, who are part of the community, wonderful to see you back. It's nice to see you on a regular basis and to contribute to you. Today we're going to do psychic readings and we're going to answer as many questions as possible. And then at the end, we're going to invite the lady and starseeds in to do a little bit of channeling. We have quite a few questions. Just to be aware, I'm using the theta healing technique. What I will do is I will I will connect to source energy, then scan your energy, and I'm just letting you know what I'm picking up in the energy. This is not the diagnosis. This is not advice. This is just what I sense in the energy. And you can feel yourself if it resonates with it, and you can decide yourself what you do with it. Yeah? Most important is to listen to your own intuition, take action on the stuff that resonates with you, and let the things go that don't resonate with you. If you have any questions about it, please feel free to just pop it in the chat, and I can answer them for you. All right. Just before we start, letting you know, next week I'm actually teaching a theta healing course. I haven't taught for quite a while because I took a break. Now this course is a theta healing dig deeper course, which is a special request. So I've honored that request because it felt aligned. It's on the 1st and the 2nd of April from 9:30 to 4 p.m. UK time. If you're a theta healer and want to do the theta healing dig deeper course or want to repeat it or just want to do a course with me, then feel free to look on the fromheadtoheart.com website and you can find the course there. If you're repeating it, send us an email, you get 50% off. Okay, let's get to the questions. All right. Vania and Pai, hi, could you do a download healing for my heart and mind? In releasing recent sadness I have from my ex in breaking up and anger with his narcissistic mom for allowing her to interfere with our love. He didn't know how to set boundaries with her family and friends. With her, the family and with friends. When it came to our relationship, he ran instead of facing it. I have to let go and be optimistic for bringing in new divine love. Thank you. Okay, let me have a look for you. What I see very strongly here is what would be very helpful. It doesn't have to be straight away because it might not feel aligned straight away. But when it feels right, when it resonates, to actually connect to your heart, raise beyond the current sadness and the emotions you're having, and actually look at it from creator's perspective. Connect to creator energy or source energy and look like, why did I have this relationship? What beautiful lessons have I learned? What things have I gained? How has it enriched me as a person? And why is it time for me to move on now? What I see is there's no need to blame the mother, the family, or anything else, or to even blame him. You've learned certain things from this relationship that you needed to learn in order to grow as a person, in order to grow here on earth, and you needed these experiences for some of your next steps in life. And also, I do see a move for you coming. So it feels like you're going to move location. It feels like this move has been coming for a while. Yeah. So instead of it letting it pull you down, it's time to allow the emotions to be there because they need to come out. They have to be processed, and that can be really helpful to allow them to be there. But instead of holding on to them, instead of pulling them back, allow them to let go. Allowing them to shift, to release from your energy field, to process what has been cleansed, what needed to come out, what needed to be shifted. And then it allows you a new path to continue. Now, what I also see, this relationship is actually like, from an inner work perspective, has allowed you to resolve quite a few limiting beliefs from the genetic line that allowed you to help yourself, but also your ancestors. It's some older stuff, is some older energy that had to be resolved. So instead of, also what I also hear with this is, last thing, instead of blaming others, see like, why did I attract this? How has it been serving me? Why did I attract this? What am I learning from this? Get the awarenesses, so you're opening up that new space to rise very quickly and attract in your life what you really desire. Yes, well done that you resolve some things with the relationship. There's a little bit more there to be done, but it will come with time. It feels like you're going to move place. I don't know if you will have your own place or if you're going to be living with some other people together, but it feels like there's going to be a move happening. Yeah. Okay. I hope that helped you, and I'm going to leave it there. Next one, Emma. Hey, Susie. Emma here. I managed to be here live, but my question is submitted in the form. Let me have a look for you. Hey, Susie. I'm just going to put your question in the chat. Hey, Susie. I had a massage and reiki treatment recently. She sensed me moving soon, wondering what my energy is showing with where I'm to live next. Struggling to connect this myself. Thanks. Let me have a look for you. Emma, when I connect and sense your energy, what I hear very strongly from Creator is location not to be announced yet. When you know too much about this next move, you're actually there's a chance you're interfering with the process. So this is really for you to connect with your intuition, to be in the flow, to allow the opportunities to open up and feel into them. Do they align with me or do they not align with me? When they don't align, let them be. When they align, really move towards them. The process of this is going to be a massive learning for you. It's going to be a process that allows you to really boost your confidence, because you're going to have so much beautiful higher guidance in this process that you're going to trust that energy so much more. So it's not for me to actually announce a location or to give you any guidance on this. It's for me to tell you that this process is going to be a beautiful journey, and to trust it and to allow it and to embrace it and to enjoy it. Okay. It also has something to do with your next divine timing, and there is creativity involved. And the creativity is going to open up again certain energy flows within you. That's it for now, Emma. If you have any further questions about it, just put another question for next week. Okay. Aditi. Hey, Susie. I've submitted my question in the form too. Okay. I keep seeing numbers 111, 333, 777. What messages am I missing that these synchronicities are trying to tell me? Beautiful. I love it when people see these messages and when they notice, because on some level, it's a confirmation of synchronicity. That's what it means for me, usually. Aditi, let me have a look of your, let me scan your energy to see what I can pick up there, yeah? Okay. You're seeing these numbers because on some level, when you see these numbers, you are much more in alignment with your purpose. And also, when you see these numbers, it's almost like what I'm hearing from your spiritual team is like, it's a confirmation that you're listening, it's a confirmation that you're picking up the messages that your spiritual team is communicating with you. Everybody has a spiritual team. Everybody receives guidance, but it's also, are you allowing the guidance in? Because your spiritual team is there to help you, for everybody. But if we are saying, no, we don't want any help, or I am unworthy of help, I'm not saying this is you, this is just in general. Or if we are saying it's not possible, or if we have the belief, I need to do it all alone, it is, that is when we're kind of blocking that support from our spiritual team, that we're not necessarily allowing it in. And when we are listening more to our intuition, or sometimes we have a thought in our head and it's just like this beautiful creative idea or other things, it's often our spiritual team communicating with us. And they can do it in many different ways because everybody picks it up differently. So for every person, it's about, hey, how is my spiritual team, how is my higher guidance communicating with me? And for you, Aditi, these messages is like a confirmation that you're in alignment, that you're on the right path, that whenever you get these alignment numbers, it's a beautiful confirmation that it aligns, that it shows, that it flows for you. Now, what I do here, let me have a look further. Okay, I'm hearing you can share this, but she's not going to use it very much, and that's fine. What you can do is when you see certain numbers, you can look up online what they mean. Now, don't just take everybody's advice. The one that I usually quite like, because it's a very positive one and empowering one, is Joanne Sacred. She does numerology, and I think she's very spot on. And then you can see what the specific numbers actually mean energetically. But what I see it's more actually for you specifically is whenever you see that number, whenever you see some of these beautiful numbers, be present for a moment and really feel into it. What am I doing? What feels good? Or what are my thoughts? Or what are my ideas at the moment? Because then it's like, hey, I'm feeling very creative. So you know that creativity is an alignment thing for you. Or you're very focused on a specific project, and then you get that confirmation number. It's like, okay, this project is on some level in alignment for you. Now, it doesn't mean when you're doing something that's in alignment at this moment, that it forever will be in alignment. It's a constant check-in again with that. But so stop for a moment when you see some of these numbers and be present and aware of what's happening, what you're doing, how you're feeling. And then you will identify more and more of the meanings for you. Yeah? I hope that helped you. Okay, so Vanilla and Pie. Okay, can you clarify if this move is to stay with family? I already live with my mom. It's what you want, but it feels like it's an option to go and live. It's almost like go and live in like a little bit of a community, or live with some other, a friend or a couple of friends, or just be part of a community in a different way to broaden the horizon. And it doesn't have to be like a forever thing. It might be a month or a couple of months. You might be living in different places for specific periods of time. Because there's an exploration going on around your inner self, who you are, what you're doing. And there's also connection on different levels, discovering different countries, cultures, and people. It doesn't feel like you're going to be living completely by yourself just yet. Okay. But again, everything is a creation. So If anybody hears something during these lives that they don't like, you can consciously make a different decision, right? It's not something that because I said it, it's the highest truth. Not at all. Because I said it, it's like this is how energy is flowing for you at the moment. Do you want to change that decision? You can either do some theta healing belief work, do some meditation, do something else that you feel is doing some inner work, and you can consciously make decisions into a different direction if that feels aligned for you. It's like, hey, this is where the energy is going now. You can shift that energy to a different direction that aligns for you. Okay. From Emma, thank you, Susie and Creator. Patience and allowing it seems. Yes, go for that. It will be a beautiful journey, Emma. A very empowering one. Okay. Aditi, yes, it's funny because these numbers usually come along with images and text that I need in the moment for confirmation. Thank you, that really helped. I'm glad it did. Understand with shifting it, thank you. Brilliant. Angie, forever. Hi there, may I please get an insight or message about the man I'm destined to marry? Angie, are you seeing somebody? Are you getting married, or is this just like you're looking for a relationship and you want some messages around a relationship that you're looking for? Please confirm that for me. Okay, in the meantime, I'm going to start with, hang on. To get married, currently single. Okay, let me have a look for you, Angie. Okay. Angie, when I scan your energy, I actually don't pick up the energy of marriage. That doesn't mean that you can't have a beautiful relationship. The reason why I don't pick up the energy of marriage is because when I scan you, I see quite a few limiting beliefs and trauma from ancestors around marriage and being married as a woman, that it's like beliefs around that. And these are subconsciously passed over through the genetic line. So you might not even be aware of those. There's like beliefs that if I'm married as a woman, I will lose my rights, I will lose my freedom, I have to obey to a man. And it's all like just that marriage part is almost like it shrinks energetically the possibilities and the freedom a woman has in the belief system that I see in your energy. But what I do see is the energy is very open for a beautiful relationship. So I don't know if you do any inner work, because these beliefs are not fixed. The subconscious beliefs around marriage, they can be worked on. Theta healing is a beautiful way. Meditation can be a great way. Just having the awareness of stuff that's there, you can feel, hey, this doesn't resonate. And then you can already start shifting some of that energy, right? Intention is very powerful. And when you start shifting some of that energy, you also help your ancestors and your genetic line to overcome these beliefs, if they, of course, are open to it. Yeah, there is, in the energy, there is definitely potential for a relationship. And what I hear is, be clear on what kind of relationship you're looking for in order to attract it. And you can do some writing around that. But also, what is as important is like, what are you looking to contribute to the relationship? What are you looking to like how are you looking to connect, but also what are you going to contribute to the relationship, and how are you looking for the man to receive that. That's going to be like, it's almost like something that you do need to consider in a little bit more detail. What you're going to give, what you're going to contribute, and how that might feel for you. Where are your boundaries there? To what extent are you willing to go, instead of letting somebody going over your boundaries in order to attract a relationship or have a relationship? Because this is going to be a journey around boundaries, but it's also a journey around self-worth. How much do you value yourself? Because the more you value yourself, the more the men you attract will value you. And if you struggle with that in terms of self-value, it's probably a good idea to do some inner work on that, to see what you can do to increase your self-worth, to love yourself more, to care for yourself more, because then the relationship you're going to attract is actually going to be one whereby you're really valued for who you are, instead of trying to be somebody that somebody else would love. Okay, so just quickly, yes, I'm working through these blockages. I wanted to believe in a healthy marriage with freedom. Yeah, so that's probably something to keep working on. And I think the other things I've said probably will help you too. Good luck on that journey. It's beautiful how people are rising and creating these opportunities for themselves. You're very welcome. Okay, Sparkles 11. Hey Susie, I felt a big shift this week and have a block in my throat chakra and speaking to people. Is it okay to ask for a scan, and any help would be appreciated? Yes, have a look. Okay, when I scan you, it's like you really have the intention to show more of yourself, to be more of your true authentic self. And then the moment it's about, like, you can do it to a certain extent, but the moment it goes to some of the topics that you feel more vulnerable about, that you feel you might be judged about, that you don't feel fully confident about, it's almost like you close down and you don't want to speak about it. You don't want to let that energy out, and that's the block that you feel. So what I'm being shown, it's instead of talking about it, it almost feels like you need to sing a little bit. Allow your voice to make the tones that might relate to certain topics that you might feel vulnerable about, but feel like that's you. So you can think, and this is for anybody, by the way, because allowing voices or notes or tones to come out is a beautiful way of unlocking more of that throat chakra. So what you can do is you can think about a certain topic that you feel like is part of the block. And while you think about the topic, you just make a noise, whatever wants to come out. It's not about screaming. It's about a tone. Because the moment you start screaming, other energy comes up that isn't able to fully get out, and then you might get it back in. So it's about a tone. So it can be like, ha, 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 oh, oh. Whatever it is, whatever works for you, let that tone out. It can be different ways. It doesn't have to sound nice. It doesn't matter. You can do this in the shower. You can do it when you are outside by yourself in nature. You can just do it in your room. Doesn't matter. Put some music on. So if you feel like, if you're scared somebody hears you, but allowing these tones to come out will start clearing your throat chakra. And then these areas that you're like fearful of being judged about, or that you are like feeling a bit vulnerable around, because you're letting these tones out, you're letting that energy out, that energy has then already gone through your throat chakra. So to be able to talk about it in the future or express yourself in the future will be significantly easier. Does that make sense? Okay, can we do a few daily healing downloads for you? Can the creator show you that it's safe to release blockages from your throat chakra, what it feels like, and to release those in an energy of harmony, through an energy of balance, through an energy of being more of your authentic self, and what that feels like. If anybody likes that, they can say yes. Can we also give you the energy of courage and bravery without needing to prove yourself? Is that okay? Beautiful. Give it a go, Sparkles 11, and I think that will really help you. Okay. It's me, Nimira. Hi, new here. Lovely that you're here. If you have, this is free psychic readings every Monday, 12 p.m. UK time. If you have a question, you can put it in the chat. If you prefer to have a question for next week, then you can submit it via susievalentine.com. We have a forum there. Mansi, hey Susie, can you help me get out of a trap? I have a tendency of entrapping myself. I'm filled with fear, guilt, shame, self-doubt. I'm back to square one after all the healing. Okay, let me have a look for you, Mansi. Okay, first of all, can the Creator send you a lot of unconditional love and show you what it feels like to be loved? Anybody who wants it can say yes, by the way, for these downloads. Can the Creator show you what it feels like to receive mother's love, father's love, self-love, nurturing, and self-care? Would you like these? Can we now release the shock and trauma around the guilt, around feeling really low? And can we complete any vows, oaths, energetic contracts that you need to stay stuck and trapped? Would you like that? Okay, that is releasing quite a lot of energy. Anybody who wants the energy field cleansed, you can say yes, and I will just ask Creator to cleanse your field as well. Okay, I hear some people's energies like, how's that possible? How can it be? We work through source energy, so I'm not doing any of this energies, energy shifting. I connect to source energy, and I ask source to do it. It's the most powerful energy that's there, in my personal opinion. I'm using a technique called theta healing, and it's absolutely incredible, that technique. And a lot of things can shift in very short periods of time when people are open for it and feel aligned with it. So if you feel this resonates with you and you want to have your energy field cleansed, then you can just say yes and allow it to happen in a beautiful way. If it doesn't resonate, don't say yes. It's all good. Maybe you're just here to listen and give it an initial check-in. That's fine. Okay, and they're going to fill up everybody's energy field who wants it with unconditional love and with Creator guidance. Yeah. Mansi, I actually see that you've done a lot of inner growth. You've done a lot of inner work. There's just like, we are in a time where so much is shifting, where so much is changing, and the energy is going faster and faster and faster. And it kind of will keep going for a little bit. So every time, it's almost like you're getting a little shake-up and then a little bigger shake-up. And instead of like, every time, we just need to rebalance, find our balance again. Things are changing fast. Things will keep changing fast. And it's about letting go of the resistance of change. Yeah, because I feel there's quite a bit of resistance in your field. Now, the clearing I've done for you has really opened up a lot of that energy. And now, what I'd like you to do, what can really help you, is just write down what you love about yourself and the things you're proud of. Because when you focus on those two things, what you love about yourself, what you're proud of, then it shifts that energy field. It shifts you from out of the lower vibrations to a higher vibration. Yeah. I feel like the channeling that I'm going to do from this Ladians in a little bit might also quite help you. So you can either stay on or watch it through the replay, whatever works for you. It's usually like the last 10 minutes or something like that. See how that goes for you. Okay. Before I'm going to continue with the chat, I am going to do a few questions that have been submitted because otherwise I'm not getting to that. And then I will go back to the chat again. Yeah. So let me grab this here. Okay, this is one from Richard. How can I finally transform the MS symptoms and get healthy? And I have a stake in a company, I'm letting the name out for now, which will be liquidated end of March. I'm considering taking it over completely and for our projects. Should I do that or should I start a new company? First of all, Richard, it's not for me to tell you if you need to take over that company or not. It's something you need to decide. I can't give you any advice on that. I can, however, have a quick look into the energy of what's happening. Yeah. Okay, with DMS, there are some beliefs that, like, I know you're a theta healer, so I'm just going to give you some beliefs to shift. There is a belief that it's impossible to recover from MS, that it's impossible for you to recover from MS, that there are, like, tests on any level in any language. I'm getting too many benefits from holding on to MS. And then you might want to write a list of all the benefits you can think of. You can connect to Creator for that you get of holding on to MS. Because then once you've done that, then you can do the belief work around it, so you can shift that and letting go and show you that you can have all these benefits without needing MS or without needing to be ill, and that you can have all these benefits whilst being healthy. Does that make sense? Yeah, for people who are completely new to this, every experience we have in our life is created by our belief systems. Most of them are subconscious, and we're holding on to a lot of limiting beliefs because on some level they're helping us. So when we identify how our limiting beliefs are helping us, we can actually do some energetic shifts that we can have the benefits without needing to hold on to that limiting belief. And then they will collapse and they will be let go of and shift from your energy field. And that makes your energy field a lot lighter and can make life a lot easier. Yeah, that's what we do with theta healing. Okay, let me check about the business. Okay, what I hear is be aware of what you're getting yourself into. Be aware of what you're getting yourself into. It has to do with certain responsibilities. I'm not really sure what this means. Okay, what you need to do, Richard, is go to Creator, see how it feels, but also connect with Creator and really feel into, is this timing right? Am I trying to push something or to get something over the line sooner than that I'm ready for it? Or is it actually the right time? What else have you gone on in your life? Do you have capacity to take this on? Or does it feel overwhelming? Is this the right time for you? And then that's one of the questions. And then, is this the right project for you? That's the next question to really do. Connect to your heart, connect to source energy, and really feel into it, because there's still an energy of impatience. It needs to be done now. It needs to shift now. I need to take the next steps now. And it almost feels like from maybe a little bit more patience is required. But this is something for you to decide, yeah? Okay. I'll do one from the chat and then one from the list again. Melissa. Hi, Melissa. Hi from Melissa in New Zealand. I lost a dear friend, Travis, suddenly on the July 19th last year. Does he please have a message for me? Let me have a look for you, Melissa. It doesn't feel like Travis was particularly old. What I'm like, he is quite short. He isn't very not super chatty. He isn't like wanting to give lots of stories or lots of like messages. He's like quite short. I'm fine. I needed to move on because I'm needed to do like next step. And he's focusing, his soul has moved on, and he's focusing on some other things that are like still to do with Earth, but with the transitions that's happening on Earth, and he needs to do it from his own planet. He needed a human experience. Okay. Okay, before we do this, feel into it what resonates for you, right? But what I'm getting is like, he needed a human experience. He experienced what he needed to experience on Earth to be able to help humanity in its evolution. And now his soul has gone back to his own planet. From there, his soul is actually guiding part of the evolution humanity is going through right now. He's fine. Again, the energy is quite direct, short, to the point, no bullshit. I'm sorry for this kind of way of talking. But he's fine. And actually, hang on. What he does say is that you're very dear to him. And he's been in touch with you a few times. You need to pick up the messages. Does that help? Okay. Okay, Melissa, I hope that helps for you. And sometimes when I'm checking in like with energies that are like asking somebody else, the energy completely changes, and therefore it gets a little bit like different in the way I communicate and also the words I use. Okay, let's do one more from the forum. You're welcome, Richard. Okay, Pamela. How can I deepen, get clearer channeling? I practice theta healing going up method most days, but would love to get some clearer vision, feelings, sounds, etc. Okay, let's have a look. Okay. What I'm hearing here is you need to work with more different people. You need to you're getting messages, but you not necessarily always rely upon them or trust them so much. When you start using your gifts with more people, then you will get more confident, and it's easier to let the different senses open up. Yeah. Now, if you want to, if you're interested in joining the Dig Deeper course next week, might be something to get a bit more practice that way. Feel free to check in if that resonates with you. But otherwise, you might even want to do some readings for people or some sessions for people that you do in exchange for something, or for in a way that feels right for you, that you get exposed to more people, that you get practice with more people. You can do it with other theta healers. You might be able to do some exchanges with other healers that do different modalities, or you might just simply charge for it because you're very good and you're more than capable. But it's about getting yourself exposed to different types of energies so you are able to broaden your horizon, and therefore being able to let your gifts open up more. Yeah, does that make sense? I hope that helps you. And then also what can really help is setting the intention specifically what sense you would like to evolve, which sense you really like to grow. Yeah. And then letting that unfold for you. Okay. We're going to do Andy. Okay. Hey, Susie, great to see you on Saturday. You made my day. Thank you for your time that you spent with me. Are you able to recap on how I best proceed with my issue with my foot? Red plaster cast. Okay, Andy, let me have a look for you. And it was wonderful to meet you too. Okay. Andy, it's a journey that you're going to go on. It feels like you've started already, but resisted a little bit, doing more of the inner work. What does that mean? This can be things like meditation. It can be things like reiki or theta healing or hypnosis, or there are so many different modalities. But it's basically being open for the deeper questions. Who am I? I have a soul. Let's connect to your soul. Let's connect more to your heart. Opening that heart chakra. Letting your emotions out a little bit more. Being able to speak around your emotions. Being able to express them without feeling weak or without feeling that's not allowed as a man. Now, one of the things that came up was an exercise to do. This is going to be a journey. This is not going to be like something you do once. It's going to be a journey you're going to go on for the next couple of years, and you need to do it at your own pace. What could really help is get a pen and paper, connect to your heart. So you either do a little meditation or do a little bit of deep breathing, then really connect to your heart. And then you're asking some questions. So you're going to ask the question, what was happening in my life before the thing happened with my foot? What was happening? Why did the thing happen with my foot? What is it trying to tell me? Why is it not healing or resolving? In what way am I keeping myself stuck here? How is this serving me? How is it helping me? Because even though really unfortunate situations, on some level in our subconscious, it's helping us. Otherwise, we wouldn't attracting it, and we wouldn't be able to be a vibrational match for what we've attracted in life, which can be quite confronting, right? It's not necessarily easy to be honest about these things or to confront these things. But this is your moment to start or continue that journey, to be honest and to write a few things down. The more you start writing down, the more you start going into these processes, a new world will open up for you. It will empower you. It will set you free. it will open up in a way you could have never expected. So I hope you're going to enjoy this journey. It won't always be easy, but it will be very enriching. All right. We're going to do Becky. I am going to come back to the questions in the chat. We just had so many questions today that I need to do a couple from the forum. And for anybody who wants to, we do private sessions as well. We have private psychic readings. Everything is on susievalentine.com, where you can book that for yourself as well. Okay, Becky. I'm interested in changing careers to become an acupuncturist. What's my energy showing in terms of timings for training, amongst other things in life, having more babies, etc.? Is this aligned? Let me have a look for you. Okay. It's almost like this is a seed that's being planted, and that seed will grow, and you will nurture that seed. It feels like it's a beautifully aligned opportunity to explore acupuncture. I don't know I don't know how it works. If you can just do like a beginner's thing, or if you can dip your toe into the water, because it feels like your energy is very ready. It feels very aligned for you. There's a nervousness about time and commitment for that. So it feels like you need to explore a way whereby you can get into this a little bit without it being too time consuming or taking over too much. What I do here is incredibly important is really feel into which instructor aligns for you. Don't just go with the first one you speak to. Really feel into, like, does this instructor resonate for me? Is this instructor going to bring me what I'm looking for? And it feels like you need to start having a couple of conversations to get more clarity around acupuncture, how it can help you, what it can bring you, and how each individual instructor can really help you in your journey. And then the right path will open up for you, and timing will also open up for you. There's no pressure in this, but it feels beautifully aligned. And when something is meant to happen, the right person will come on your path, the right location will be, the right time will be, and it just flows, even though you have a busy lifestyle. So enjoy it. Yeah, there's no time pressure. Patience is great, but it feels like a beautiful alignment. It feels like something you're meant to do. Okay. Let's do some more from here. So we had Mansi, we had Melissa. It's me, Nimira. I would love to know how to stop being stuck in life. Okay, let's have a look. Nimira, it's about making the decision to move forward. It's about being very clear where you want to go to. At the moment, it's almost like feeling stuck is a convenience. It's an area you know. It's an area you know what to expect. And even though you might not fully like it, it feels like a safe place. Can we give you a few energetic downloads for anybody else who wants it? Can we show you that it's safe to move forward? That you're allowed to move forward. How to move forward from a place of excitement, from a place of joy, from a place of ease, and a place of happiness, and what that feels like. Do you like these? Beautiful. What I also hear is you need to give yourself a little bit of time. It's not about running 1,000 miles an hour. It's about learning how to feel in to a situation and feel like, does this align for me? If it's like a little bit, not really, don't do it. If it's like a, hell yeah, this was really good, then go for it. Now, what I feel with your energy, you might not get there straight away because it needs to be trained to really feel like, hey, what really excites me? What really feels aligned for me? And it's almost like it needs to have some practice there. So for you, it might more be like, what feels best for me today? Or what do I feel most excited about today? Or what will bring me most joy today? And that you're going to focus on. And it might only give you 2 of joy, but if the other things give you 1 of joy, you might go for the 2. Now, over time, you might increase to like a 5 or a 7 or a 9 out of 10. But it's a little bit every time, a little bit. And when you set your intention to move on, then you're going to move on and you need to take some action. You need to take some action because just setting the intention or just working on the beliefs or just doing the inner work isn't going to cut it if you're not taking action. So a little bit of action that feels aligned will get you a long way. I hope that helps you. Okay. VG Gounden, 2503. Hi, yes, please. Want my energy levels cleared. Wonderful. Well, we did that for you. Magnet Millions, hello. Are some life situations predestined or is it all free will? It depends on what's happening in life. There are some things that your soul probably has agreed to before it came to Earth. Certain things they might do, what might like certain actions, and it doesn't have to it can be a specific moment, it can be a prolonged period of time, but your soul might have agreed to help in the evolution of humanity, or your soul might have agreed to bring a certain invention into the world, or your soul might have agreed to do a certain thing. And we would call that a divine timing. And at the time you're meant to do it, it doesn't matter what you do. If you're rich or poor, if you're ill or if you're healthy, things happen in your life that will steer you onto that path. Now, if you're an intuitive person, it might be a little easier. You're already being guided gently to that, and it will unfold very naturally. If you are going with a lot of resistance, then something might happen. You might lose a job, or a loved one might pass away, or you might need to move to a new house because it's like, hey, you're not listening. That energy is being stopped. You need to go into this path now because that's what your soul has agreed, and things can change really quickly. And you might do something completely different than you ever thought you would do because your soul might have agreed to that divine timing. But there's a lot of free will because, first of all, the free will is your soul is chosen for that. And the other thing is you have free will on how you do it, what you exactly do, and how you experience it, what kind of perspective, the people you meet, how you approach the situation. Everything else around that is free will. And your beliefs, conscious or subconsciously, will constantly steer as well, will influence you in what you attract in life. And when you shift your beliefs, you shift your vibration, and then it will energetically match with different things. Does that make sense? And this is, hey, I'm not saying this is the highest truth. This is something that is the approach we have. It's also something I've been teaching. It's from my experience, it's been getting that way. And you can feel if this aligns with you. You don't have to just take it on. Feel into your heart. Does this resonate? If it does, you can probably do something with it. If it doesn't, let it be and move on. Okay. No more new questions. I'm just going to answer the few bits that are here, and then we're going to do a bit of channeling from the Zaladians. Okay, Joelle. Shalita9437. Good morning from Canada. I would love you to scan me, please, and tell me what I'm ready to receive. Thank you, Susie. Let's have a look. Your question is very open. and slightly vague, so it can literally go in any direction. It's what I see is your energy is open for abundance. Your energy is open for love. You have a good level of self-love, and that attracts other people who love themselves, but it also attracts other people who love you. You've done a good amount of inner work, but there's more to come, and you're also ready to support and empower others. You might not feel ready, but you are ready, because when you start this, you will grow in that, and you will step into that role more and more and more. Okay, so that's what you're ready to receive. If you have any more questions, please be a bit more specific, and I can look into something more specific, but this is what's come up for now. What I also actually very clearly hear for you specifically is, do not get distracted by any financial crisis or rising costs or anything like that, because that's not the energy you're attracting. You're actually much more open for abundance. Of course, don't be naive. Don't spend stuff you don't have, but there is a much more abundant energy. So when you getting too draw down into all the media and everything what the news is saying, it's actually steering you into a different direction than what your energy levels are at the moment. The energy is much more focused on abundance. There is a good level of contribution there that's possible for you. And when you stay in that energy, it's much more easy for you to attract that as well. Okay, I hope that helped. Thank you. It's actually good enough. Wonderful. So, Sparkles 11, harmony. Yes, thank you. I always feel like I need to prove myself. Yeah. Okay, last question then. Rashnikant D3791. 43, jobless, stuck in the same pattern. How can I get out from this? Okay, let's have a quick look for you. It feels like you've been avoiding doing some of the inner work. You've been suppressing emotions, not allowing yourself to feel certain emotions, even though they wanted to come out. So what I'm getting here now is allow that process of being honest with yourself. Allow yourself to start feeling some emotions. Allow yourself to connect with intuition, discover intuition. And when you start practicing with that, your intuition will guide you to your next job. And keep having hope and faith. I hope that helps you. And you're ready for doing more of that inner work. Okay. You're very welcome, Nimira. And Magnet Millions. This makes sense. So are souls contracts destined to parents, friends, spouses? Could be. Souls often choose their parents for a specific reason, because they want to have a specific experience or want to have specific things they want to learn. And with the parents they choose, they might be able to learn or gain these certain experiences. Friends is often more linked to belief system. It might be like when you have certain beliefs that you need to work hard for money, for example, then you might also attract friends that work really, really hard for money and teach you to work hard for money. However, if your belief system is everything comes easily and effortlessly, money is always plentiful in my life, you probably will attract some of these people because your energetic vibration of what you're sending out is a match for somebody else who's on that same vibration. So when you start shifting your beliefs, your vibration shifts and you attract different people into your life. And people will start responding to you differently. Spouses can be divine timing, but very often it doesn't have to be divine timing. Sometimes you have a spouse because you're meant to work through some energetic things and then they leave again and you're open for somebody next. It can be a lot of different things. So it's not just one thing or another. if you're interested into this stuff, you might want to like look at a Theta Healing Basic course, and you get a good foundation of a lot of energies, what's out there, what's happening. Like my company From Head to Heart teaches one, I think next month again. Feel free to just have a look on the website if that's something you're interested in. Okay. You're welcome, Joelle. Let's have a look. You're very welcome, Mansi. Thank you for your guidance and healing, Susie. Then Mansi, can you tell me the message from Creator regarding your career? Okay, your career will start changing when you're ready for change, but you first need to do some of that inner work to get more in balance with yourself, to get more in peace with yourself, to get more joy back into life, so you can actually attract a career that's going to be joyful for you. So it's first about doing a bit more of the inner work to then attract a career that's bringing you joy. I do see a career that's bringing you joy. So you can start thinking about what is really making you happy and bringing you joy. Okay, there's one more question here, and that's the question from Sabine. What are the right and necessary steps for my job search? By South, did you mean outside of Berlin? How can I find a place where I can have the best possible impact? Let's have a look. Okay, with South, yes, be open for something outside of Berlin. If you want to stay in Berlin, it's an option, but also be open for something more south than Berlin. Sabine, what feels like, I know you're a Theta healer, it feels like you need to do some Theta healing belief work on yourself, or do a swap with somebody else to clear the fear of not finding a job. Because when you clear that fear, you become energetically open to attract the right job to you, instead of you needing to go out on a massive hunt. Because then you might speak to somebody, or you might connect with somebody, or you're on this website and this job just pings up and it really resonates with you. It feels like you need to go out of the survival, have to quick shift, or quick. Go take a step back, clear your fear, make yourself energetically open for that next job. And then you can find each other. Yeah? Okay. I hope that really helped. Let's invite the Zaladians in. So just give me one moment. Who are the Zaladians? The Zaladians are starseed that's been connecting with me lots. They have incredible energy. I absolutely love them. Great wisdom they're sharing. I've started doing weekly Q&A with the Zaladians. It's recorded videos. You can submit questions for them also via susievalentine.com. Lola and I recording these videos when we do the Q&A, and they will be posted on YouTube, not via the lives, but normally on this YouTube channel as a video. Now, just be aware when I allow the Zaladians to, like when I channel the Zaladians, my energy will change, my voice will change, body language will change. That's something normal, because I'm kind of stepping back myself and allowing their energy to come through. Again, as well, they're not diagnosing, they're not giving any advice. It's really about whatever information they feel like they want or need to share to help humanity evolve in their evolution, to give some extra support. Yeah? The questions that are submitted for the Zaladians will be dealt with in a separate video, and it will be posted online approximately 1 to 2 weeks after you've asked the question. Okay, I'm going to invite them in now. I'm going to connect with them. Hello and good day. Wonderful to be back with you. Today we want to share some messages about stepping out of fear, letting go of the judgment, and getting out of the drama, especially from the media and from social media. There is a lot of how you might call noise. Some of this noise is really affecting a lot of people. It might affect people mentally. It might affect people physically. It might affect people in a lot of different ways. However, it doesn't mean that everybody needs to be affected by the noise or by what is going on in the world right now. You do not need to worry for others. You do not need to worry about world problems because solutions will always be available. But what many people do is they worry unnecessarily. They worry whilst they are not able or willing to bring in energy of solutions. They read or hear about things in the news. They start to worry. Their energy levels drop, and actually they start feeding this lower vibrational energy. They start feeding the wars with their energy. They start feeding the bad things, the noise, with their energy by judging it, by worrying about it, by having opinions that feed it, that gives it attention. And that is just allowing that to expand and expand and expand. Is that really what you want to do with your energy? Is that really how you want to feed the energy on earth? Or do you want to raise your vibration? Are you consciously aware what you're doing with your energy? Because judging, watching lots of the noise is or might not be as helpful. So what can you do? Maybe not allowing your energy to focus so much on it. Do you really need to watch or read everything you're doing? Maybe you can reduce the amount of energy you're spending on it. Reduce the amount of time you're spending on it. Maybe watch the news every other day or every couple of days or not at all, whatever aligns with you. And instead, focus on next steps. Focus on setting your intention on what you experience. Focus on sending unconditional love, peace, and calm energy to the noise. Focus on bringing harmony and balance in your own life. Focus on bringing the joy in your life. Take a deep breath and relax. Connect to your heart. What energy do you want to bring into this world? Allow that energy to flow. Allow yourself to feel that energy. Make yourself a vibrational match with that positive and empowering energy. Take a moment. Feel into it. Witness this energy growing beyond your own body and spreading into the world. You can send it by expanding it into a specific location, or you can let it expand generally. Take a moment to do that. Beautiful. Now allow yourself to take this beautiful energy into the rest of your day. Thank you for having us. Thank you for letting us share this simple practice and a bit of information. We are looking forward to seeing you next week again. Goodbye. All right. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for contributing to the good vibe. Thank you for allowing yourselves to do the inner work, be there for others. Thank you for letting me serve you. It's been a great pleasure. Be aware we have a Theta Healing Dig Deeper course next week as an exception to honor and empower. So if the Theta Healing course resonates with you, have a look at fromheadtoheart.com. We're looking forward to having more people join on that. And we are also doing private sessions, psychic readings, Palladian channelings. You can find that also in the notes below. It's susievalentine.com, where you can see that, or where you can ask any questions for the psychic readings, for the Palladians. And if you enjoyed it, please subscribe to the channel, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. Have a wonderful week. Goodbye.